Hello everyone, welcome to Conquer Learning and welcome to today's video of collective bargaining part 2. Here we are going to continue our collective bargaining topic. In last session we did types, forms, levels of collective bargaining process. In today's class we are going to study what is the collective bargaining process in India, how does collective bargaining take place in India, what is the legislative measures for collective bargaining in India, are there or not. So, in India, collective bargaining has been defined by the Supreme Court as the technique by which dispute as to conditions of employment is resolved amicably by agreement rather than coercion. Coercion means domination rather than डरा के धमका के मतलब डरा के धमका के अपनी बात मनवा लेने से अच्छा है लेट यू एग्री इनटू फ्रेंडली आपस में समझदारी से आप किसी डिस्प्यूट को रिजॉल्व करते हो सो दिस डेफिनेशन इज गिवन बाय सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन इंडिया. It is a process of discussion and negotiation between employer and workers regarding the terms of employment and working conditions. We have already discussed this definitions number of the time in earlier video. Employee और employer के बीच में एक negotiation process है, एक discussion process है जो उनके work employment से related working conditions से related होते हैं. Workers are generally presented by trade unions with respect to expressing their grievances concerning service conditions, wages before the employer and the management. Refusing to bargain collectively in good faith with the employer is considered to be unfair labor practices as per the provision of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. So, if the employees want to collective bargain, they want to negotiate, they want to discuss with the employer, an employer is not getting involved, they are ignoring it, they are refusing it, in that case it is said to be an unfair labor practices as per our Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Please remember, if the employer is not entering into collective bargaining, it is an unfair labor practice. So now, which of the following statement related to collective bargaining process is not correct? This is related to the question, this is related to the topics which we have done in last video. Collective bargaining take place at industry level. You have to answer not correct. Collective bargaining take place at corporate level. Collective bargaining take place at plant level. Collective bargaining cannot take place at craft level. So this is not correct. It can take place. So there are number of the levels and collective bargaining can take place at any level. Now, stages of collective bargaining in India. In earlier video, we studied a process of the collective bargaining where we studied negotiation team should be there. Then we studied their demand is formed. Formation of demand, they enter into negotiation process. Then they have their bargaining strategy. They come to an agreement and finally administration, right? So this is the simple process. Now, how does it happens in India? So it is normal process when we say in a legal terms. So first is your character of demands, which is the list of the demands need to be discussed. Negotiation, collective bargaining agreement, strikes, conciliation, compulsory arbitration or adjudication by labor court, industrial tribunal, national tribunal, and so on. We will be studying them one by one in detail. Let me give you the brief idea. What happens? A character of demand is presented. The representatives of the trade union and representatives of employer come together. The representative of trade union, they put forward the demands they are asking for. They enter into the negotiation process and they come into the agreement if the collective bargaining is successful. Now, in case the collective bargaining is not successful or the employees are not happy with this process, they are having the right to go on strike. So they can enter into the strike that no, we are not happy, you have not resolved our dispute. Then in order to resolve those dispute, now they have entered into the strike. Now they were not happy. So the third party has to enter, and that is the conciliation. When the employee and employer are represented in front of the third party try to bring up the settlement between these two employee and employers by friendly way. That is the conciliation. Now suppose even through the conciliation they are not able to come to the settlement, then compulsory arbitration or adjudication happens. Compulsory means finally they go to the labor court, industrial tribunal or national tribunal, जहां पे वॉट एवर दी अवार्ड्स, अब यहाँ अवार्ड आएंगे, यहाँ सेटलमेंट नहीं होगा बिकॉज दे आर नॉट कमिंग बाय फ्रेंडली वे, यहाँ पे फाइनली आपको सेटलमेंट दे रहे हैं, आपको अवार्ड्स दे रहे हैं विच इज बाइंडिंग ऑन बोथ द पार्टीज. अब तो मानना ही पड़ेगा. यू डिड द कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग, नहीं हुआ, स्ट्राइक हुई, कंसिलेशन से भी नहीं हुआ, देन यू फाइनली यू हैव टू agree by the awards given by labor court, industrial tribunal and national tribunal. Now let's see them in detail. Now character of demands means what? First thing, if any of the trade union wants to enter into the collective bargaining process, it will call for the employer, notifies, it basically notifies the employer to enter into collective bargaining process or negotiation process. In some case, even the employer can initiate from their side. So whenever a trade union want, it has to notify the employer that yes, we want to negotiate, we want to discuss with you, or employer also can notify the same thing. Representatives of the trade union, now they would be creating a draft or a character of the demands. This is nothing but the list of the demands they are looking forward for. How this list is prepared? By trade union consultation with the number of the members of the trade union, outside member and so on. We discussed in the process. The character typically contains the issues relating to wages, bonus, working hours, benefits, allowances, terms of employment and holidays. ये सारी चीजें हो सकती हैं इस हमारे लिस्ट में. In an establishment with multiple unions, the employer generally prefers a common character of demand, but in principle, all unions may submit the different character. So if there is multiple union, मतलब क्या, एक इंडस्ट्री है, उसके अंदर 1 2 3 4 5 6 ट्रेड यूनियन है, ये लोग कलेक्टिवली एक ही character of demand, मतलब सेपरेट करने के बजाय वो एक कॉमन भी दे सकते हैं. So they can submit a common. So this is the first point, character of demand. Then is the negotiation. Once the submission of character of demand is done, कि ये हमारे ड्राफ्ट है, they start negotiation. दोनों भी लोग नेगोशिएशन में एंटर करते हैं. बट बिफोर द स्टार्ट द नेगोशिएशन, both the employer and the trade union will collect all the documents, all the data and the facts, policies, formulation, everything, strategy वगैरह वो पहले से they would pre-decide the policies and strategies that they would formulate. They would collect the data and fact and then enter into negotiation. मतलब preparation करके बैठेंगे, ऐसे ही नहीं बैठेंगे. So prior to such negotiation, both the employer and the trade union prepare for such negotiation by ensuring the collection of data, policy formulation, and deciding the strategy in negotiation. After such preparation, the negotiation take place wherein the trade union and employer engage in debates, discussion pertaining to the demands made by the trade union. उनकी discussion होगी, debate होगी, झगड़े होंगे. In the sense बहुत सारी चीजें होती है डिस्कशन पे, एग्री करेंगे, नहीं एग्री करेंगे, कोई वॉइस ज्यादा रेस करेगा, कोई कम करेगा. सो दिस ऑल दिस थिंग हैपन इन नेगोशिएशन. In the event such demands are rejected, the trade union may decide to engage in strike. नहीं मान रहे हो ना, we will go to the strike. So this is the right given to the trade unions or the employees that if their demands are not fulfilled, they can go on the strike. Now, in case they have agreed, the collective bargaining was successful, they form a agreement. Next, the collective bargaining agreement will be drawn up and entered into between the employer and workmen represented by trade union. So दोनों लोग trade union and management के representative agreement sign करेंगे. अब ये agreement भी different types के हो सकते हैं. पहला है bipartite agreement और voluntary. Voluntary in the sense when trade union and the management, they by themselves, ये दोनों अपने आप voluntarily by their own, they agree and they come to an agreement. That is called as bipartite और voluntary. आपस में सुलह करी, आपस में डिस्कस किया और एग्रीमेंट पे आ गए. So are drawn in voluntary negotiation between employer and trade union. As per IDA, such agreements are binding. Implementation is generally non-problematic because both parties reach the term or the agreement voluntarily. अपने आप सलाह करके एक एग्रीमेंट पे आ गए, साइन कर दिया और दोनों पे बाइंडिंग है. नेक्स्ट कम्स योर सेटलमेंट. अब ये एग्रीमेंट था, अब आता है सेटलमेंट. ये ट्राइपोटाइट इन नेचर होता है. नाउ दिस इज व्हाट, suppose employee and employer are discussing and they are not coming to an agreement. In that case the third party get involved, mediation होगा, या उसको हम लीगल टर्म में कंसिलिएशन बोलते हैं. अ कंसिलिएशन प्रोसेस इज द प्रोसेस वेयर द टू पार्टीज हैविंग द डिस्प्यूट एंटर इनटू द प्रोसेस where they are put forward to the third party which is appointed by the government. So ये third party के पास जाते हैं सेटलमेंट, और ये जो थर्ड पार्टी है ये इन लोगों की डिस्प्यूट को सॉल्व करते हैं और सेटलमेंट करवाते हैं. वो सेटलमेंट करवा रहे हैं, आपस का एग्रीमेंट नहीं, ये सेटलमेंट करवा रहे हैं. सो दिस इज सेटलमेंट्स आर ट्राइपोटाइट इन नेचर एज दे इन्वॉल्व द एम्प्लॉयर, ट्रेड यूनियन एंड कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर. They arise from specific dispute when it is then referred to an officer for reconciliation. If during the reconciliation procedure, now suppose during this conciliation procedure, अगर इस थर्ड पार्टी या कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर को लगता है कि नो दे कैन सॉल्व बाय देमसेल्फ, ही कैन विड्रॉ हिमसेल्फ, वो अपने आप को विड्रॉ कर सकता है. So if during the reconciliation process the offer feels that parties' viewpoint have been indeed be reconciled, then agreement is possible, he may withdraw himself. If the parties finalize an agreement after the officer's withdrawal, it is reported back to the officer within a specified time and matter is settled. However, it should be noted that forms of settlement are more limited in nature than bipartite agreement because they must relate to the specific. Now, ये जो settlement है, ये जो कंसिलिएशन प्रोसेस के थ्रू आते हैं, ये कुछ ही मैटर्स हैं जो रेफर किए जाते हैं. एवरी मैटर डज नॉट गो टू द कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर, सो इट इज वेरी रेस्ट्रिक्टिव. थर्ड इज कंसेंट अवार्ड्स एंड एग्रीमेंट रीच. अब ये कंसेंट अवार्ड क्या होता है? लाइक वी स्टडीड, कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर है जो थर्ड पार्टी होती है, एम्प्लॉय और एम्प्लॉयर का एग्रीमेंट कराती है. अब कंसेंट अवार्ड एक टर्म है voluntary arbitration. Voluntary arbitration is the process where employee and employer reach to the third party which they are aware, but here the settlement is not coming. Settlement नहीं आएगा. The third party, whoever is the third party, they would hear to employee and they would hear to the employer, but they would give the अवार्ड. मतलब उन दोनों के बीच दोनों की बातें सुनकर दोनों लोग जिस चीज पे एग्री करते हैं वैसा वो अवार्ड देते हैं. दे डोंट गिव द सेटलमेंट, दे कम विद द अवार्ड विच इज बाइंडिंग. सो इसको हम बोलते हैं कंसेंट अवार्ड. नाउ कंसेंट अवार्ड कम्स इन द केस ऑफ वॉलेंट्री आर्बिट्रेशन. ठीक है, वॉलेंट्री आर्बिट्रेशन. कंपल्सरी आर्बिट्रेशन इज कॉल्ड एज एजुडिकेशन, जो हम नेक्स्ट पढ़ेंगे, उसमें आता है केवल और केवल अवार्ड. कंसेंट अवार्ड कम्स इन वॉलेंट्री आर्बिट्रेशन. While a dispute is pending before a compulsory adjudicatory authority and incorporated into the authority's award, even though the agreement is reached voluntarily, it becomes a part of binding award. Voluntarily आया लेकिन ये award जो आया है वो binding, it would be binding and pronounced by authority constituted for the purpose. Then, now, these are the forms of the agreement if the agreement take place. Now, if both the parties are failing to reach the collective agreement, the unions may go on strike. So, as per the Industrial Dispute Act, the public utility sector, if they want to go on the strike, they need to follow certain conditions which are given in section number 21, 22 and 23. Okay, sorry, 21 and 22. So, employees must provide 6 weeks notice of strikes. So, whenever the employees want to go on strike, within 6 weeks of such strike, जब भी जा रहे हैं, within 6 weeks of such strike, they need to give the notice to the employer. 6 हफ्तों के अंदर नोटिस मिलना चाहिए एम्प्लॉयर को कि हाँ हम स्ट्राइक पे गए हैं. नाउ द डेट ऑन विच दे आर गिविंग द नोटिस, उस डेट से लेके 14 days they won't be going on the strike. Means what? Suppose, now let's understand this way. Now suppose the employees were supposed to go on the strike on 1st of March, or they are 1st of March को वो strike पे चले गए. So within 6 weeks means January, February. So January में we have 4 weeks, then 2 weeks of February, right? Or rather, let's take it as, yes, 2 weeks of February. So let's not take it as March. So let's take it as 42 days. Okay, 6 weeks, 42 days. Within 42 days, they have to what? Give the notice. उनको 6 हफ्तों के अंदर बताना है. जब भी within going on the strike, जब भी वो स्ट्राइक पे जा रहे हैं उसके विद इन 6 weeks they have to give the notice. Now suppose they have given a notice on 1st of Jan. So from 1st of Jan till 14th of Jan they cannot go on strike. This 14 days is called as the cooling off period, right? Notice of strike and may strike 14 days after providing a notice, a cooling off period. 15th को वो जा सकते हैं स्ट्राइक पे. Under IDA, that is Industrial Dispute Act, neither side may take any industrial action while the conciliation is pending. अब जब conciliation proceeding चलती है, conciliation officer के पास में आपके जब dispute pending होते हैं, during that time strike पे नहीं जा सकते हो, and not until 7 days after the conclusion or the conciliation proceeding. 7 days after, जब तक conciliation proceedings हो रही है उसके दौरान नहीं जा सकते, और 2 months आफ्टर द कंक्लूजन ऑफ लीगल प्रोसीडिंग, 2 महीने बाद भी, कंक्लूजन आने के 2 महीने बाद भी आप प्रोसीडिंग पे नहीं जा सकते. नाउ व्हाट इज कंसिलिएशन? हम कंसिलिएशन की बात करते हैं. स्ट्राइक, द 14 days notice period is given, that is called as cooling off period. The conciliation proceeding begins once the conciliation officer receives a notice of strike or lockout. So the notice has been given on 1st of Jan that by the employees that we are going on strike. So as soon as this notice is received by the conciliation officer, he would enter into the conciliation proceeding. मतलब agreement नहीं आया, एम्प्लॉय और एम्प्लॉयर को थर्ड पार्टी कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर के पास लेके गए. कब लेके गए? जब उन्होंने नोटिस दिया स्ट्राइक के लिए. ठीक है, वो 14 days में उनके पास टाइम पीरियड होता है that during this cooling off period the state government may appoint. So ये जो 14 days का टाइम पीरियड मिलता है ये cooling off period है, and this 14 day period में the conciliation officer is appointed and he investigate the dispute, mediate and promote the settlement. इन दोनों के बीच का settlement लाने की कोशिश करते हैं. On other hand, if it may also appoint a board of conciliation, conciliation officer, उसके बाद कंसिलिएशन बोर्ड भी हो सकता है. सो इफ द कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर इज नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व, तो बोर्ड अपॉइंट किया जा सकता है विच इज हैविंग द इक्वल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स ऑफ एम्प्लॉय एंड एम्प्लॉयर एंड हैविंग द चेयरमैन. ठीक है, सो दैट इज द बोर्ड. बोर्ड कैन बी अपॉइंटेड. No strikes. Now during, whenever this process is going on, this conciliation process, board of conciliation process is going on, this conciliation proceeding is going on, नो स्ट्राइक्स कैन बी डन. आप इस दौरान स्ट्राइक्स पे नहीं जा सकते. नो स्ट्राइक्स टू बी कंडक्टेड ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ कंसिलिएशन प्रोसीडिंग. कंसिलिएशन प्रोसीडिंग्स आर कंक्लूडेड विथ वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रिकमेंडेशन: सेटलमेंट, नो सेटलमेंट, रेफरेंस टू लेबर कोर्ट और इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्यूनल. या तो इसमें सेटलमेंट आएगा, या तो सेटलमेंट नहीं आएगा, या तो फिर ये मैटर आगे लेबर कोर्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्यूनल के पास जाएगा. फाइनली वी कम टू, अब कंसिलिएशन ऑफिसर से भी और कंसिलिएशन बोर्ड से भी कोई मैटर सॉल्व नहीं हुआ. दे वेर नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व द डिस्प्यूट. फाइनली इट गोज टू द आर्बिट्रेशन, कंपल्सरी आर्बिट्रेशन, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज एजुडिकेशन. व्हेन द कंसिलिएशन ऑन मीडिएशन फेल्स, पार्टीज में आइदर गो फॉर वॉलेंट्री और कंपल्सरी आर्बिट्रेशन. ठीक है, पहले तो वॉलेंट्री पे जाएंगे, जो हमने इसके पहले कंसेंट अवार्ड पढ़ा था, वो कंसेंट अवार्ड वॉलेंट्री पे आएगा. अदरवाइज कंपल्सरी आर्बिट्रेशन. इन केस ऑफ वॉलेंट्री आर्बिट्रेशन, आइदर द स्टेट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंट्स अ बोर्ड ऑफ आर्बिट्रेटर which consists of representative of trade union and representative from the employer. So there would be a board of arbitrator जो इन लोगों की एम्प्लॉय और एम्प्लॉयर की बात सुनेंगे, एंड दैट इज द कंसेंट. दिस इज वॉलेंट्री, क्योंकि दोनों के मेंबर्स हैं, दे आर अप्रोचिंग वॉलेंटरली. In case of compulsory arbitration, both parties submit the dispute to a mutually agreed third party of arbitration, which is typically a government officer. Arbitration ये usually presiding officer होते हैं लेबर कोर्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्यूनल, नेशनल ट्रिब्यूनल के. ठीक है. Now I will let you know the difference between both of them. So voluntary arbitration में क्या होता है? The third party is गिविंग देम म्यूचुअल एम्बिकेबल अवार्ड. दोनों लोग उस पर एग्री कर रहे हैं, एंड हेंस इट इज कॉल्ड एज कंसेंट. वेयर एज कंपल्सरी आर्बिट्रेशन और एजुडिकेशन, लेबर कोर्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्यूनल, नेशनल ट्रिब्यूनल, प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर जो होते हैं, दे कम विथ एन अवार्ड विच इज बाइंडिंग ऑन बोथ ऑफ देम. Either you agree or you not agree, you have to follow this. This is the difference between voluntary arbitration and compulsory arbitration. Section number 7A of industrial dispute provides for labor court, industrial tribunal, which each state. So this is in the detail we would be studying in the Industrial Dispute Act. So this is the final step in the collective bargaining process. If the worker dispute cannot be resolved through conciliation and mediation, the employer workers can refer the case within the agreement to labor court, industrial tribunal, national tribunal. Now, this industrial dispute can be to the labor court, industrial tribunal and the national tribunal. Refer to them. जो नेशनल इंपॉर्टेंस के होंगे वो नेशनल ट्रिब्यूनल के पास जाएंगे, जो स्केड्यूल 1 एंड 2 के होंगे, स्केड्यूल 2 के होंगे वो लेबर कोर्ट के पास, स्केड्यूल 3 के होंगे वो इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रिब्यूनल के पास में. एंड फाइनल रूलिंग ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट मस्ट बी मेड विद इन 6 months फ्रॉम द कमेंसमेंट ऑफ इंक्वायरी. इंक्वायरी के 6 महीने के अंदर इनका फाइनल आ जाना चाहिए. द कॉपी ऑफ आर्बिट्रेशन एग्रीमेंट, बाद में फाइनली the copy of agreement is signed by both the parties if it is the conciliation officer, and it is published in the official gazette within 1 month from receipt of the copy. जो भी एग्रीमेंट आता है दोनों साइन करके कंसिलेशन ऑफिसर के पास देते हैं, फिर वो ऑफिशियल गेजेट में पब्लिश की जाती है. सो दैट वाज द कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग प्रोसेस इन इंडिया. नाउ लेवल्स ऑफ कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग इन इंडिया. नेशनल लेवल इंडस्ट्री बार्गेनिंग, industry cum regional and enterprise or plant level bargaining. What is national level industry bargaining? At national level, bargaining is mutual agreement, usually take form of bipartite agreement entered into labor union and management in the presence of the government representative. So national level pe, so it would be at the national level, number of the industries where the agreement is between employee and the employer, bipartite agreement है, but in the presence of the government. The agreement entered into between the Indian Tea Association. So these are the example at the national level. Industry cum region. अब ये national पे था, now at industry. Here all the unions of an industry enter into an agreement with the employer in general. सो जितने भी इंडस्ट्री, एक इंडस्ट्री में जितने भी ट्रेड यूनियन होंगी वो यूनियन एक एम्प्लॉयर के साथ में एग्रीमेंट करेंगे. इन इंडिया कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग ऑफ दिस टाइप इज वेरी पॉपुलर इन टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री वेयर एग्रीमेंट्स आर रीच्ड बिटवीन लेबर यूनियंस एंड वेरियस मैनेजमेंट बॉडी. एंटरप्राइज एंड प्लांट लेवल. सो जो हमने एस्टेब्लिशमेंट पढ़ा था, प्लांट लेवल पे पढ़ा था, पर्टिकुलर यूनिट लेवल पे जो बार्गेनिंग होती है that is an enterprise. So such bargaining is limited to a particular unit or undertaking the enterprise only. So this is the question. There exists a hurdle in the way healthy growth of the collective bargaining in India. Which of the following are not the hurdles? You have to say not the hurdle. Condition of the work, promotion of the lasting industrial peace, voluntariness of recognition of union, ineffectiveness procedure, provision of elaborate adjudication machinery. So this can be the hurdle, but condition of work or industrial peace hurdle nahi hota hai. Fine. So this was the complete collective bargaining process we have completed. I hope you understood. There can be number of the question asked from this. So we would be meeting in our next session. Thank you so much. If you have any query, you can always ask me. Thank you.